Well, it's no surprise, Nicholas, that we're going to start by covering the Pope's departure. Certainly most of the papers were covering it today.
Well, I'm going to start out, hello to you, Karen, this Friday. I'm going to start out with Le Figaro, and it's leading with the headline that I will not be a pope anymore, but I will be a pilgrim. And, of course, the paper, Le Figaro, talks to the faithful that gathered in St. Peter's Square in Rome. And one of them, Marita from Norway, said, she told the paper that she wanted to be there in Rome to show her respects to Benedict the 16th, now Joseph Ratzinger, of course, and for his achievement in bringing people of the world together.
Well, what a lot of papers are covering, the emotional aspect. Did Libération take the same approach, or how do they look at the Pope's departure in their coverage?
Well, they took a slightly more in-depth approach in terms of what's going to be happening in the future. Now, it's saying that cardinal electors are in Rome now to choose the 266th Pope. I think you can guess a bit from the article about about what is in it. From the photo itself, the helicopter has whizzed by, so the Pope Emeritus is no longer in charge, but we have a lot of sky there over the city of Rome, over St. Peter's Basilica, and of course we'll all be looking at that at some point to see the wisps of smoke which will tell us from the conclave whether he has, who is the next Pope. Now, in terms of analysis, Libé is saying that the Vatican is split between those who want to turn the page and perhaps have a new Pope who will move on and not address some of the scandals and issues that have been especially dominant the last few months, and those who do really want to get down and say, we have to solve all those things.
And you've seen a survey showing this departure, the opinion, at least here in France.
Well, the Huffington Post had a survey which caught my eye. It talks to 916 French people in a survey, and 1 in 3 say that, in fact, it was right for him to go. There's basically a split. No, let me give you the statistic again, that 75%, sorry, three out of 4 said, yes, it was right for him to go. But then in terms of was it positive or negative, his 8 years in office, 1 in 3 say, yes, it was positive, 1 in 3 saying negative, and then 1 in 3 saying, well, I don't want to say. So there's kind of the picture there in terms of the French Catholic community, or the French opinion is kind of very mixed, isn't it?
Well, everyone certainly has their view on his departure, but it's not all about the Pope. Some papers are taking a different approach and light-hearted. Winter holidays being very important this time of year.
Well, here's the front page of Aujourd'hui-en-France, Le Parisien, and it says there is no crise, no economic crisis in terms of going away, which lots of people will be doing across France this weekend, heading for the Alps and the Pyrenees to ski. And it's saying that inside page 2 and 3, it's got an in-depth investigation, if I can say that, about whether you should, is summer better or winter better? And it's saying that
you have to choose now between one or the other, is it?
Well, it's saying that in fact, the winter holidays are now cheaper for the French in terms of going to the Alps than perhaps going to the Maldives. The budget is not as expensive, and there's a vox pop. There are 5 people there you can see who are interviewed. 3 out of 5 say, gosh, you know, it has to be the slopes. The winter is winter and it has to be the mountains. One person says, no, it has to be sun all year round. I need my sunlight. And another person says, as you were saying, that in fact, I can't afford either. I can't afford the sun or the winter snow.
Well, if I had my choice, I think I'd pick sun, given the cold weather at the moment. Nicholas RUSHWORTH, thank you very much. That was our press review from the French papers. Well, let's now take a look at the headlines once again.